Hello, everybody, wherever you are, whatever time it is. This is MoveEasy Yoga Online with Via, and it's September 26, 2020. We're going to start in the ordinary fashion on your back. Fine. Just taking a minute to check in with your body and the room. Noticing the floor underneath you, supporting you. Remember why you're here. I love my body and my body loves me. Vagus nerve reset. Bring your arms behind your head, interlace your fingers, or stack your hands. And without moving anything except your eyeballs, shift your eyeballs to the right and wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Come back to center. Eyeballs shift to the left, nothing else moves. Wait for a sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Come back to center. Repeat 2 more times, right, left, without my cueing. Finish up. Keep your hands in the same place. Head ramping, pressing the back of your head into your hands and into the floor. The back of the skull slides upward along the floor, in your hands. Hold for a couple breaths, release and repeat 4 more times. One more time. Bring your hands down by your hips, or you can put them on your belly. We're going to do an extended exhale breath. So inhaling and counting the length of your inhale, and then making your exhale longer than your inhale. The goal is to double. So if you have 3, count to 3 on your inhale, count to 6 on your ex. but you may not get that far today. Two more breaths. Let's do a hypopressive you've never done before. Get on your hands and knees. And then drop down onto your elbows. All the way down. So your butt's up high and your chest and head are low. And now, 3 breaths. 3 breaths. You may want to put your head on a brick. It shouldn't be uncomfortable. Your head shouldn't be uncomfortable. And there shouldn't be a lot of effort on the head if it doesn't meet the floor. There, that's a good shape, Kathy, right there. And so your hands are in a triangle. Hands together, elbows wide. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. All the way out. No breath. Hold your breath out while I count to 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And come out of this and then get back into it. We'll do it one more time. You can just come up onto hands and knees and then come back, or come up to seated like Kathy is, and then just come back into your pose. Quadruped first, drop your elbows. And 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. If this is hard for you, you can be on your back. And hold your breath out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Come on out of this. The next thing we're going to do, you're going to be supine. We're going to do a pelvic reset. So on your back, knees bent, with a brick between your knees. So a brick between your knees. You may have a stack of washcloths underneath your head. And then the feet the heels come as close to the buttocks as you can, and then just side to side. Keep the shoulders on the floor, side to side. The knees and the hips move. Squeeze on the brick. I like to put my hands in a cactus pose just to help open the chest, but that's an add-on, a bonus. Squeeze the brick. Come back to center. Make the brick wide. So it was narrow first. Now it's wide. You're still squeezing on it. And you are still moving like windshield wipers side to side. Feel the core work here. Breathing, aware of breath, aware of movement. What is happening on the inside? Come back to center and put a strap around your thighs. This time you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to press out into the strap. The strap is around your thighs near the knees. And tie it or cinch it. Drop your feet towards the floor and start to move. Windshield wipers, side to side. Pressing out into the strap. Just a couple more times. Come back to the center. Put your sacrum, put your sacrum on a brick, on a block. And bring your knee, you can use a ball if you want. You could use your alpha balls, Diana, if you wanted to. So either therapy balls or a brick or a sponge ball. And it's above the tailbone, but fairly low down because you're trying to work on the internus obturator, which is a low muscle that connects to the pelvis and to the hip bone. So your knees come up into, you can take your strap away. Take the strap off because you have to take your strap off actually. Now from here, bring your knees up into tabletop and open them like you're opening a door and close them. And that's the movement, open, wide, and close. And keep your legs, your forelegs parallel to the floor. And out in the knees are 90 degrees. If you start shaking here, it's a good thing. This is not a movement that you're used to doing, and this is an area. This is an area that needs stretching and releasing, and is often neglected. So this is a great addition to any supine hip and pelvis practice. The internal obturator. The only hip rotator that connects to the pelvis. Bridget, we're stretching the internal obturator by lying on a brick or a therapy ball or pair of therapy balls It's the balls are near the tailbone, but not on the tailbone. Your legs are up, 90 degrees, and then opening and closing. So we'll do about 3 more of these. Or you can stop and just let Bridget do the last 3. I didn't want her to miss out. And then come out of that, stay supine, and grab a strap. We're going to do leg stretches. Leg stretch 1 and 2, and then a Ki-Hara straight leg medial hamstring stretch. So here, you're going to bring your right leg up, put the strap around your foot, and I'm going to time for 30 seconds here, because this is a bone building pose. So just the leg is up and moving towards your face to keep your pelvis and your hips on the floor. Breathing. If you can put hold on to the right side of the strap with one hand and the left side the strap with the other, the left. And now, keeping your hips on the floor, take your straps in your right hand and take your right leg out to the outside as far as it will go, while you still keep your hips on the floor. So this may not go out as far as you would like it to. If you feel that your left hip is lifting to accommodate the right leg, please stop and bring it back so that your hips are even. Breathing and waiting. And go ahead and come on back. Switch sides. That was leg stretch 2. Now we're doing leg stretch 1 and 2 on the left. So first the leg is straight up toward the ceiling and then towards your face. Keep the hips on the floor. Breathe. This is a hamstring stretch as well. Now put both of the straps in your left hand. Bring your left leg out to the left, but do not lift the right hip. So the left leg, the movement of the left leg may be fairly small. At some point, a little bit bigger, maybe. Actually, if you have a hip replacement, I'd be real careful with this one. And make it small. And release your strap. Switch to the right leg. We're going to do a Ki-Hara resistance stretch, a straight leg medial hamstring stretch. So the legs straight up again. Put your hands behind, clasp your hands behind your thigh. Keep your hips on the floor. And you know, in Ki-Hara, you're always moving, always resisting. So the resistance point is the hands and the thigh, the back of the thigh, and you're just moving back and forth. Always moving, always resisting. Let's do this about 6 times. So sometimes the hand wins, sometimes the thigh or the leg wins. But when the leg is winning, the hand is resisting. And when the hand is winning, the leg is still resisting. You should feel this in the hamstring. The central hamstring. And switch to the other leg. Straight up. Clasp behind the thigh. Create a resistance point between the hands and the thigh. And then keep moving, always resisting. Breathe. If I do this too hard, it hurts in my upper neck, my upper traps. Interesting. Okay, finish that. Find your sponge ball and roll over in a prone position with the sponge ball at the navel and the little pointy part of the sponge ball facing down, so you're not poking yourself. I'm going to go look for a sponge ball. Oh, there it is. Not very far. The movements are simple. We're going to do this at three different locations. The first thing you're going to do is lie on the ball and just compression. So just lie on the ball. You can be up on your elbows. You can be down on your arms folded in front of you, either position, whichever is comfortable. Compressing, just waiting. And then starting to roll up and down, just a small up and down. Breathing. Don't forget to breathe. This is actually a respiratory enhancement. You're going to help your breathing with this work, this sponge ball work at the abdomen. Now side to side, I'm up on my elbows now. I can't be down on the ground and rocking side to side, but maybe you can. This may feel very foreign to you because we don't often pay this much attention to the organs. Come back to center. We're going to do contract, relax. So you're just going to inhale and pull the belly in. Pull the belly in. Stay there for a couple breaths. That's the contraction part. And then relax. And 2 more times, contract, hold, and relax. Last one, contract, hold. You can still breathe, just contract, and then breathe. Move the ball up towards the rib cage, toward the bottom of the rib cage, above the navel. This actually releases the upper back. And do exactly the same thing, only it's going to feel different because it's in a different location. The first thing you're going to do is just compress. You can be up on your elbows. You can be down on your folded forearms. And find the perfect place for your ball, your sponge ball. If you don't have a sponge ball, maybe you'll have, you can just make a towel up as if it were a ball and do these movements. Now, up and down over the ball, not a very big movement. And side to side. Come back to center. Contract, relax. So you're not moving. All you're doing is contracting on your inhale, contracting the muscles. Holding. And then releasing. Do that 2 more times. Contract. Hold. Release. Last one. Contract. Hold. Release. Move the ball below the navel. And compress. So just stay here and wait and breathe. And now on up and down movement. Remember, you can be up on your elbows, you can be down on your arms. Side to side. Come back to center. Contract the muscles, the abdominal muscles. Contract them, hold them, and then release. Contract, you're pulling the muscles away from the ball. Hold, release. And last one, contract. Hold. And release. Remove the ball and lie on your folded forearms for rest. This is called crocodile pose. You can have your head looking either direction or face down into your arms, into your stacked forearms. Just stay here and feel what you feel. Come up onto your elbows, called elbow propping. We're going to just stay here and take some breaths. And make sure that you're breathing all into the back of your lungs. So your rib cage is drooping towards the floor, your thoracic spine. You're creating a little hammock with your spine. This is actually a very nice place to breathe. Now slowly, keeping your back straight, come up from the floor all the way up to standing. We're going to do a first rib reset. So you'll need a strap for this. Put a strap over your right shoulder. Hold on to the strap in the front with your left hand and hold on to the strap in the back with your right hand. Both elbows are bent. So bend your elbows and hold on to your strap. Pull it down. So pull it down a little bit. You're actually trying to stabilize the first rib, which is often involved in shoulder issues. The first rib is out. So we know how to do this by ourselves instead of going to a chiropractor or some other physio. Pull down, tug on the strap, drop your head towards the strap, your ear towards the strap. And stay here and breathe. So still tugging on the strap. If you'd like to, you can now move your chin towards your right armpit. Still tugging on the strap. Slowly bring your head back, your chin back to center, and then slowly bring your head up to center between your shoulders. Switch sides, the strap goes on the other side. The right hand holds onto the strap on the left in the front, and then the left hand holds on in the back. Tug on your strap, both sides, tug. And Kathy, can you bring your feet a little bit closer together so you're standing in good posture? Now drop your left ear to your left shoulder. And stay here and breathe. Now you can drop your chin towards your armpit, still tugging on your strap. Come back, the head comes back to center, then now it comes all the way up. Let go of your strap. Find your way to the wall, your back to the wall for a back bend at the wall. It's one of my favorite poses these days. It's good for posture. It's good for mobility of the spine. It's bone building along the spine, which is that's a hard place to build bone, is along the spine. It's the first place that suffers from osteoporosis. So standing up, your arms come behind your head, pressing your hands into the wall behind you. And I'm going to time you. So we're gonna build bone here. So using your hands and the pressing of the hands into the wall to open the chest. Staying here and breathing. Come on up. We're going to do that again in a minute, but before that, we're going to do spinal twists on the wall. So standing with your right shoulder against the wall, step your right foot forward, left back, then bend your elbows, your arms, and then bring them around to rotate the spine. So the thoracic spine, actually you'll feel the rotation at the waist. And use your hands, see if you can use your hands to support or increase your rotation. And then the hips stay forward, the spine rotates. This is a very nice, I think, spinal rotation supported by the hands and easier to do than some of the other rotations that we do in yoga. Switch sides, left leg forward, right leg back. Bend your elbows, rotate the spine, press on your hands, maybe even pressing on your forearms. Just experiment with it. What's it like to press a little more on the right hand, the palm, the right hand, or the palm of the left hand? See what that does to your rotation. And keep breathing. Come on out of this slowly and then come back into your back bend at the wall. Just standing at the wall, arms overhead, palms on the wall, fingertips down. Opening the chest. You should feel what happens to the upper back. This would be a good one to do every time you pass a wall. Come on out of that. Let me see if we have time to repeat that. Hold on. Let's go ahead and repeat the spine twist at the wall. Starting on the right. Good, I'm glad we get to repeat these. And then right foot forward and the left foot is behind you, and then bend your arms and rotate. And put your hands on the wall. And breathe 30 seconds so that the osteocytes will kick in. They will kick in after 12. Most of them keep working and rebuilding bone up to 72 seconds. Maybe I should increase this to 40. You can definitely increase the time in your home practice. Go ahead and switch to the left. Left shoulder on the wall, near the wall. Left foot forward, right foot behind. Rotate with bent elbows towards the wall. Press your hands into the wall to stabilize, maintain, and maybe enhance your rotation, your spinal rotation. This is a bone building pose for the spine. So a lot of bone building poses are for the femur and the hip socket, but this one is for the spine, and so is the back bend of the wall. Come on out of this. Come down to the floor. Come to a floor-seated position. Let's come to a floor-seated position before we go all the way down to prone. Floor-seated, side bend. So cross your legs, and then you'll uncross them and switch them when we go to the other side. Cross your legs, and then take your right arm and slide it along the mat. Left arm comes up and over the ear. So with your elbow can be slightly bent. Crawl your bottom arm along the mat. Just keep the hips seated on the floor. Stay here and take some breaths. And then take your elbow forward to stretch the latissimus dorsi along the back side body. Just another place to stretch and take care of self-love. This whole practice is about self-love. Bring your elbow up. Bring your entire body up. Left side, just slide, switch legs, switch the leg cross. Slide the left arm along the mat, right arm up and over the ear. Keep your hips on the floor. Feel a big stretch along the right side body. Bring your elbow forward. Feel another stretch in another location along the back side body. Bring your elbow back up. Bring your torso back up. And switch legs. We're going to do a spine twist here with rib cage glide or intercostal glide. So crossing your legs, the right, let's start on the right side twist. So the left hand touches the right knee.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Yeah. There we go.
Now take your right arm, bring it back behind you like a spider. So the fingers are like a spider. And once you find your rotation, now, so see how far you can rotate and see if the chest can, it won't, but mine doesn't anyway. It won't come all the way so that your chest is parallel to the end of the mat, but you're going to try for that. Once you find your nicest spine twist, then start to slide the rib cage back and forth. This is a traditional yoga spine twist with the added bonus of releasing the intercostal muscles as you slide your rib cage from one side to the other. And then just slowly come out of that, stop the move, stop the glide, come out of the twist, switch your legs, and come to the other side, rotating the spine to the left. Take your right hand and put it on your left knee. Get tall, bring your left arm behind you, using your fingers like a spider legs. See how far you can rotate to the left. Once you've found your rotation, then start to glide back and forth, the rib cage back and forth, from side to side. This one really involves my upper traps. I mean, I don't think it should be. Should I release my rib cage? Why does it still activate the traps? Because my traps always want to do all of the work. Go ahead and stop that. Slowly unravel. And find your way onto your belly. Actually, find your way onto into a child's pose. So not prone yet. Into a child's pose, we'll do a shoulder stretch with a child's pose. So the child's pose can be, the knees can be wide or narrow. Roll your arms out along the mat. And now let's start with your left arm, Kathy, so people can see the back side of this move. Just take your left arm and thread it underneath your armpit. And your head should be resting on the floor or a block if you can't get it down to the floor. You should be looking in the same direction as your threaded arm. Nice shoulder stretch here. And just stay here and breathe. Thread the needle, child's pose plus thread the needle. And breath. And this is a hip opener, a low back stretch, shoulder opener. This is actually a full body. If I had to categorize it, it's a whole body workout. Go ahead and switch sides. Come on up. The left arm goes under. You're looking in the same direction as you're under your the arm that's threading. Straighten your left arm and breathe. Just should feel a really nice stretch along that shoulder on the floor. I'm timing you. Come on out of your child's pose, come onto the floor into a prone position for back extension. You may want to put some small washcloths under your pubic bone or under your face or both. Bring your arms beside your hips, palms up. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to lift your arms, your chest, your head. Remember, your head is an extension. Do a head ramping kind of a move where you're dropping your chin a little bit and straighten your neck. And stay here. And I'm going to time. If you can stay here as long as you can, or stay as long as I'm cueing, whichever comes last, whichever comes last. You may want to lift your chest up just a little higher. And now go ahead and inhale to prepare and exhale to come on down. We're going to come on up again into a level 2, which is airplane with the arms out to the side. But we're going to start at level 1. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift the chest, the arms, the head. Take an inhale to prepare for airplane. Exhale, the arms come out to the side. And we're going to stay here. And I'm going to time. Stay here as long as you can. I'm timing for 30 seconds. You can lift your chest up a little bit more if you want. Maybe you can do it more this time because we did the earlier back bend at the wall. Stay here. And then go ahead and inhale to prepare to come down, and then exhale. Bring your arms down. Bring your arms out into a T. Arms out into a T along the wall, along the floor, armpits, arms, shoulders. Stay on the floor, look to the right. Lift your right leg and bring it over, behind and over the left leg. This is actually a release of the upper back, although it looks like it's hip work. But the key is to keep your shoulders on the floor. And stay here and breathe. You can do almost anything with your legs or hips, just as long as you keep your shoulders and your armpits and your arms on the floor. Come on back. Look to the left. Lift the left leg and move it back up and over the right leg. Stay here and breathe. Keep your armpits on the floor. Everything I do is postural. I do as many bone building poses as I can. So this is very postural. this movement. Come on back. One more time. No, let's stop there. Let's stop there and find your way onto your back for the closing of the class, the Yoga Nidra. I'm going to stop my video. Lie on your back. Find a comfortable, warm position. You may want to put a small washcloth over your eyes to help your eyeballs sink into the sockets. I'm going to guide you through 61 points where I want you to move your attention to. That was grammatically incorrect, but that's what I'm asking you to do, starting with your breath, breathing in and breathing out, and observing your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now, bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, wrist, no, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes your 61-point guided yoga Nidra meditation. Go ahead and start to notice your body. Come back to the room. Notice your body. Legs extend along the mat, the arms overhead, stretching in both directions, arms and legs. Trying to create a little bit of space, more space between the hips and the rib cage. Wiggling fingers and toes, rotating wrists and ankles, stretching one side and then the other. And then hugging your right knee to your chest and your left knee to your chest. Hug both knees to your chest and roll from side to side. Back and forth you go. And then at some point, roll all the way over onto the floor using your bottom arm as a pillow. Take a couple breaths. Get ready to come up with a straight back, no rounding, using the palm of your hand to press yourself up to seated. Everyone should unmute themselves. I will remove the spotlight and I'm going to change my view to gallery view so I can see all of you, and you may want to do that as well. Okay. Bring your hands to your heart in prayer pose. Press your hands together strongly. And then let them relax. Lift your skull out of your shoulders, and then roll or nod forward. Yeah, everyone's unmuted. Roll, round, nod, bobble forward, bowing to each other, acknowledging and honoring the light in each of us, and recognizing that we are all one light together. We're going to close the class by saying to each other, Namaste.
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 Thank you, everybody.
Right. Thank you.
I'm going
Thank
to
you.
stay online for a while. If people want to talk or say goodbye, I'm going to stop the recording.